Hello, beautiful Instagram. My name is Saber, and I am the CEO and founder of the Wealth Warriors Emporium Limited Liability Corporation. And it's a really beautiful, conscious community of powerful visionaries and entrepreneurs who really wanted to do life and business in a much different way, where they're not trading their time for money, they're not pitching products, they have systems and processes working for them, and they didn't want to be the ones that build everything from the ground up. And I'm actually bringing on a really incredible woman today she was in hospitality for 25 years, and she actually pivoted into the online space and actually was able to quit her job within a year. She actually also was a former coach, so she leads beautiful transformational retreats and coaching containers. She's an incredible light worker. But what this woman also found is that industry wasn't really conducive for her spaciousness. So what she does is she actually plugs into what we plug into, which is an automated high-ticket affiliate marketing model. And I'm really excited to have this conversation with her because seriously, there's so many people that are in the coaching industry that are doing things that they love, that they're so passionate about, but truly the spaciousness and the ability to truly have the choice, there is a whole nother layer for people out there in the world who are doing their passion work, but also want that spaciousness to really thrive. So if this sounds like you, if this sounds like something that you're absolutely looking for, you don't want to miss this conversation. I'm going to bring her on right now. I see that she requested to join my live. So here we go. We're like, let's make it happen. She should be coming on. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Lovely. How are you?
Okay, cool.
Yes,
so I'm going to choose my
you
delicious
fine.
filter. Yeah. Love it. You look amazing, by the way. I was just watching you and I was
Thank
just like,
you.
damn, girl, you look so good. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been
I
playing
love
around with
it.
these bangs, this new hairstyle. Sometimes they're this way, sometimes they're this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't I just,
Love it.
it's a whole new look all
Fun.
the time.
Talk
It's so
about
fun.
freedom. Freedom of expression.
Right? Freedom in the hair, freedom everywhere, freedom of expression. I'm so excited to have you come on today. I know we've been wanting to have this juicy conversation for a while, and I feel like your story is just so inspiring and such a beautiful mirror to what's possible for a lot of people who are doing their beautiful passion work. And your perspective on the coaching industry and the automated high ticket affiliate marketing industry and how we are and bridging that gap. I'm just really excited to hear from you today. So I guess let's just start there. What's your journey been like from the hospitality, then pivoting into online space, pivoting into coaching, and now what you're doing? Just kind of take us on this beautiful journey of where you've been with that. Oh no, you froze. Hold on. I think she got booted off the live for whatever reason. Wait a second. I think I might have jinxed it. Hold on. I'm accepting her live, but it's not going on. Now my filter's going crazy. Can everybody hear and see me? Can somebody put a 1 in the comments if you can hear and see me? I'm wondering if maybe my entire Instagram went haywire. For anyone who's hopping on, just please give me a 1 in the comments if you could hear me and see me okay. Okay. But you can't hear or see Jax, right? Jax, where'd you go? You're commenting now. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Well, I just invited you to come back on, Jax, so let's see how that works.
Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, that was really weird. I will just turn my camera around. Okay. Oh.
There you go. Okay. I don't know if you caught what I was saying. I was just basically opening up for you to just share your story of where you've been through the online world and the evolution of that with
Totally.
coaching and everything.
Yeah, I'd
And
love
just open up and share
to.
your story.
I love sharing this story because I feel like where I was 4 years ago is such a resonance to many people, especially if you've been in the industry. In any industry, I was in hospitality and retail for over 20 years. And I saw this opportunity, I saw this innovative way to earn money online when I was 35 years old. And at 35 years old, I started to question where I was going to be in 10 years. And I'd met the peak of hospitality. You manage, I even owned a restaurant at one stage. And the model was not conducive to the freedom that I really, really want to live. There's a part of me that knows, a deep part of me that knows that we did come here to liberate. We did come here to this planet to experience everything as much as we can. But it was not supported the way that I was living. I was working, 40 hours a week. I had 3 jobs at one stage just to earn more money. So the only way I knew how to earn more money was to get another job, and hopefully a cash in hand job. So back then I would go to work at 6 a.m. I'd be at work at 6 a.m. and then I would finish my shift, my 8-hour shift, and drive to another location to do a cash in hand job. I was earning an extra $100 for doing 5 hours of an evening. And that was the only way I knew how to make extra money. So when I did see this, I was like, okay, there has to be another way. There just has to be another way. And I myself went through lots of study around the universal laws and Abraham Hicks, and just hearing the concepts of this expanded way of being. I was like, that feels right to me. It doesn't feel right at 35 to just keep Groundhog Day every day and earning very minimal. I'm a very hard worker. If I was paid per effort, man, I'd be a millionaire, because I'm a really hard worker. But that model did not reward us in that way. It was a stock standard 20, 25, maximum $30 an hour in hospitality. So when I was just like, okay, I saw how we got paid. I watched a video like everyone else does. At the time, I literally had, $5 in my bank account, $60 in a money tin. I was always living just above broke. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a crack. I'm going to do everything that I'm meant to do. I'm just going to follow the system, because I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't have a personal brand. I didn't have a following. I was hardly visible online. And when I was, it was very, I was just sharing memes. I was that person. So, when people say, like, I don't have a following like you, I was like, well, I didn't either. But there was a system. It teaches you everything. And what I was like, I'm going to just do what it says to do. And so over time, of course, it's like anything. You start playing the piano, you're going to start getting better at the piano. You're going to start, learning how to fly a plane. You'll eventually know how to fly a plane. So within a year, the promise of the commissions is like, the promise of the money was real for me. I was like, I had never ever seen money like this, and I was growing as my income grew. So at the same time, it was very personal development. I really got to see my relationship with money and how I kept myself where I was at 35. So I started to grow. I grew with the community. I grew with the learning. Within a year, I was retired from the workforce. Within a year, I didn't have to go to work anymore. And that was a dream. And so I started to delve into I started to follow my purpose. I started to sit with shamans. I sat with plant medicine. I would go and do these retreats. I would learn more about facilitation and about coaching. And so I was actually given an opportunity to follow my purpose, because I was being paid from wherever I was, and it just grew. The money just kept growing. And so I went into coaching, and it was a passion. It still is a passion. I really am here to help people. I love it. But I had the energy for it then. But as the years went on, I turned 40 next month. I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the energy for the stuff that you don't see. You know, when you start growing a business, any business, you have to create your own systems. You have to have your own funnels. You have to have a website. You have to learn how to market yourself. You have to do the sales calls. You have to do the paperwork. You have to hire a team that handles the paperwork. So my outgoings when I started to do the coaching was about $10,000 a month. I was generating highly as a coach because I was very successful at that. But by the end, just recently, actually, I decided that I didn't have the energy for that anymore. And I'm glad I did, because just recently my mother passed away and I was incapable of working, incapable of filling a retreat, incapable of being on sales calls, incapable of facilitating for at least a month and a half. I was going through my own grief. And this is when I realized that making the choice to choose this business model, online, automated, all of the stuff that I didn't enjoy doing as a coach is done for me. I literally just get to do what I love doing. This was the spaciousness that I knew I needed, because I was still getting paid while I was sitting next to my mum as she was passing away in hospital. I didn't have to coach clients. I didn't have to I didn't have to even cancel anything. It was like, I really landed for me then. I was like, okay, this is what's true for me. I really love the spaciousness, and I feel it in my heart. I'm now able to facilitate. I'm hosting a huge event in June, co-creating one, and it's free because I don't need the money. So now I really feel like I'm on my purpose. And when a bill comes in for it, or if there's something I have to pay for, I can pay for it. And I love that. This feels like now I'm actually living a purposeful life without needing to do it because I need to get paid for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so huge. Thank you so much for sharing that. Gosh, like that feeling that you had with your mother, you know, like it just like makes me so sad, because I know that we don't really realize the volatility of life until it gets thrown in our face, right? And like when it comes to the things that we love to do, like turning our purpose or our passions into profit, it seems like it checks all the boxes, right? It seems so in alignment. It seems awesome. And people are like, I could never not, you know, coach clients. Like I love doing and it's like,
Yeah.
amazing. And it's like, what is the exit plan? And even if like it could be an emergency, right? It could be just like you just suddenly have a big, I don't know,
Even a breakup.
Saturn
You
return
know,
number
a
two,
breakup is enough to like put you
breakup.
away for a few months of just like going through the grief, all of that stuff.
And people just feel like they
Yeah.
have to still show up for that, and like really have to, like, it's the sacrifice, right? And I think that people just don't really see
Mm.
ways out of that, because it's like viewed so as successful, right? It's like really revered to like be making money with your business, but people don't really talk about what you're saying, like
Yeah.
what people don't see is like, okay, what
Yeah.
is actually really successful? Is it just making the money, or is it
Yeah.
actually having the spaciousness? And I want to attract you and ask you like your insight on this, because I think that another big thing for people when they look at, you know, affiliate marketing, that's a big broad term, right? And what we do is very different than traditional styles of affiliate marketing. I know you've had experience a bit in the traditional. So for the person who, you know, knows that their coaching business or their passion business, purpose business it checks the boxes, and they know they could have more spaciousness, but they're not super turned on by what they have seen or what they have known
Yeah.
to be the affiliate marketing industry, what would you say to the person who, you know, sees someone like you or sees someone like me who doesn't
Yeah.
want to do an MLM, doesn't want to do, you know, these things? What would you
I
say to
felt the
that
same
person?
way. So most of my journey with affiliate marketing over the last 4 years was part invisible. I never talked about it because I was so like, I'm a coach. I want to be known as this. I want to facilitate. No one knew that I also did affiliate marketing. You don't need to know, really. It's so systemized. But what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
suggest for anyone that is serious and and wants to scale, wants to grow, it's really important to start thinking pragmatically about your enterprise, not just your coaching business. If you get stuck with needing to, oh, you could only generate money that way, you're stuck. You're not free. Just because coaching is location free, it is not time free. So it's actually really important to start thinking investor mindset, because I know so many coaches that are so broke because they're stuck.
Oh,
They're either mums, and they've got kids and they have to, it's like such a juggle. It's really important to start thinking pragmatically. So I actually ran both businesses simultaneously. The affiliate marketing supported me financially, right? When I first got started, it supported my coaching business because it allowed me an undercurrent of finances. And that undercurrent allowed me to create from a place of abundance, not scarcity, not trying to cut corners, not trying. There's just so many things that I actually really learned from it. And so I actually did both for a few years until I met my end of capacity with coaching, until I was like, okay, I just don't want to do this anymore. I've had a great time. I really appreciate the industry, really appreciate the lessons. It's just not for me anymore. But it is important to start looking at to actually do both. If you're a serious entrepreneur, if you seriously value freedom, if you seriously value liberation, if you seriously value yourself as a business person, it's very, very important to start thinking multiple streams. And what I love about this one is that there is no dilution of who I am. When I was doing low ticket network marketing, there was a massive dilution because I was pushing a product. I was selling a product, I'm pushing a product. In this, what we've chosen, my personal brand, everything that I do has everything to do with this. And I've not had to dilute who I am. And so for someone like me and yourself, we're super creative. And it's so funny. My partner last night we were talking with some friends, and he just goes, honestly, she makes more money than me every day, and she just makes videos. He'll get home and he's like, what did you do today? And I'm like, I made a reel. And then he sees how much I get paid, and he's like, you are living the dream life. I said, I am. I'm a creative. I still mentor. I have a team who is a team for life. They're not just there for one package. I had people paying me $12,000 for 3 months of coaching. $12,000. I know a lot of people will be like, wow, that's a lot of money. And it is a lot of money, but it's also a lot of responsibility. And then once the 3 months is over, what happens? One of the things that I value community, I value family, I value tribe template so much. And it would hurt, like I would feel bad after 3 months and go, okay, are you either going to work with me again, or I have to move on. I have to continue making money. I have to find clients. So you start another package. So it's kind of like so much of us gets diluted from just doing that. But in this space, I
mm-hmm.
get to call every single person that works with me family. I'm not chasing anyone for debts, like, any clients calling them, hey, you haven't paid this week. It's an immediate return of investment. We get paid. We pay once, we get paid all the time from that one. It is intelligent business. It is intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you brought up that piece of like community aspect, because I think that, I've experienced this myself, being on the other end of like working with coaches where I'll be in a 3-month program and it's this really beautiful, sweet family, but it's like I would just have to keep
Yeah.
investing in order to be a part of that. And, there's no, and even if I was the coach doing that, right? Like there's no like residual kickback for the
Yeah.
transformation that you get to really facilitate for people, like, yeah, you can really help them in their transformation, but like that person can then go on to, who knows, do all kinds of amazing things. And
Yeah.
there's no like 10 years down the line, like Dax, you thank you for really getting me started on this
Yeah.
path. Like now I'm a multimillionaire, da da da. Here's a friggin' residual $1,000 a month. You
Mm.
don't get that in the coaching, right? It's like you see them for 3 months, they're gonna keep
Mm.
investing, or they're gonna go leave and they're gonna leave the nest, they're gonna blossom, but there's no residual for that. So not only have you traded your time for money, but it's like there's no like the ongoing, what do they call it? I want to say I can't think of the word right now, but it just creates like more of a
Yeah. Yeah.
collaborative experience with clients too, rather than like this
Yeah.
one-off, one-sided aspect. And that residual aspect too of like now people who come work with us within our own organizations and our teams, it's like we're here for life together, and then they
Yes.
continue to receive our
Yeah.
mentorship, which is
It
actually a way
feels
better
so
deal than
good.
ever paying
Yeah.
us for that.
It feels so
It
good.
feels so good. And then that residual, that person, if they choose to become the next you and me really taking off, is like
Yeah.
everybody, it's a
Yeah.
win-win. It's a
It
win-win model
is a win-win
rather
model,
than,
especially
you
when
know,
exactly,
coach on a principal
especially when I
platform
was
and
away and I
not pay.
couldn't work. I had within our entire organization that aren't even financially linked to me, asking if I needed help, taking my organization and doing trainings with them, stepping in for me because I could not stand for myself when I was going through the grief. So it's not, nothing stopped. No, my organization didn't stop. The momentum for my team didn't stop. My team stepped in and helped each other. They do. When when I'm not available to answer anything, the whole team helps each other. That's where the spaciousness is. I don't have to feel like it's just me. I have to be available. I have to answer the questions. I'm the mentor, so I've got to, it is such a shared economy in all ways. Time and financial and expression. We all have our different genius zones and we're all sharing our genius zones together. And there's no, with coaching, a lot of my best friends are coaches. And yeah, our friendships are amazing. But in the coaching industry, everybody is in it for themselves. There's no like, because everyone's kind of like competing for clients basically on my offering, your offering, but there's no real like let's really dance and stay here and you do this stuff. There's always this sense of kind of like standing out more. And well, I think that's what I experienced anyways. That's why I always did things alone, because I didn't want to collaborate through the coaching model, because the financial responsibilities with that, you could do all this stuff to put something together, but then when you're halving the income or splitting it through collaboration, it's not really worth your time. It's not. But in this space, it's so
Yeah.
shared. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. And it's incredible. And not just wins a little bit, but wins a lot. To think that we have single mothers in our team who, in their third sale, they're earning over $2,000 for one sale of commission that they get to keep, that they don't have to put an outgoing on for, a retreat space or anything like that, or it's their money. And that's what I love about it. It really is such an opportunity, an innovative opportunity for everyday people who thought we didn't have a chance, who may have made financial mistakes in the past, who may have, just not have a degree or have experience. It's literally so set up for anyone to learn how to do it and scale really quickly.
Yeah. So powerful. And I know so many people watching are probably like, wow, I also don't freaking understand what it
It's
is that
good.
you actually do. So if that's you guys, like just tag the person, whoever's page you're watching this on, because they will share with you a free training on how this all works. What's really incredible is we really truly are sharing and expressing and just sharing what the hell we're excited about. We're just sharing possibilities. But it's up to you to do your own due diligence and actually explore how this works. I love that we have a completely risk-free like completely free process for people to actually see how this works and make a fully educated decision whether this actually can work for you. And, you know, Jax and I are both very creative people, but there's so many different types of people all around the world. So, you know, don't even look at us and think, oh, I don't look like XYZ, or oh, I don't have experience in XYZ. Like if you're watching this on my page, just drop a flame in the comments for the information, or whoever's page you're watching this on, just tag them and see how this works. It's beautiful, it's simple, it's scalable, like Jax is saying. And, you know, if this whole entire story really resonates for you all today on the reality of what it really means to turn your passions to profit, and if you know that there's like another layer beyond that, like feeling that wall of being a successful woman, a successful business owner, you're freaking right. And like, listen to that intuition. And you're sitting here watching this for a reason, so we're really excited for you to dive in. Jax, is there any last pieces that you would like to share with anybody?
Yeah, I would love to just reflect to everybody watching that it is April, nearly May 2023. Are you financially where you wanted to be at the beginning of the year? Are you, if you look at your last 10 years of your life, have you made more money, or are you still in debt or in more debt? Start looking at what has happened, your past. Look at the last 10 years, because your 10 years, if nothing changes, it will be repeated again. That's just how it is. So allow this to be an opportunity to really look at where you're at. It won't change unless we change, and that was a big one for me. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And does the model that you're in now, is that going to really support you in creating that next 10 years for you? And if $100,000 a year is a lot, it's not enough. If $500,000 a year feels good, it's not enough. We actually get to have way more than that. We get to have way more than that. And we get to have more spaciousness. And you get to do it in a way where we remain present together. And we have the choice to do whatever we want in the day, not have to go anywhere or go, like, it's our turn. It's our chance. Now, technology has supported that. It supports us a lot.
So powerful. Oh, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing your story. This has been long overdue. I'm so happy we finally got to do it. I'm sorry I'm there at the end. I was like, don't sneeze. Can't do it. I so appreciate you, and thank you everybody for tuning in. And we're really excited for you to dive into the other side. So again, if somebody did just mark a flame in the comments, if you're watching this on my page, flame in the comments, you'll get all the info, or tag the person who invited you to whatever group, page, profile you're watching this on, and just check it out. Learn.
Exactly.
You don't know
Just
what you know
check it out.
until you know. So
Thanks,
love you all. Have a beautiful
guys.
rest of your
Thanks,
day.
Saber.
You as well.
Big love, sister. Bye.